Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We are here to review the HMT Tareeq Limited Edition. This is a newly launched project watch that was done by one of the HMT watch enthusiasts along with HMT. This is a limited edition run of 1000 watches. I had posted about this on my Instagram handle, and I'm sure many of you had the chance to purchase this watch. So, this watch comes in two colorways. One is the mid dial, and the other is sort of a light blue, petrol blue, sunburst kind of a colorway. Let's look at the dimensions here. We have a 35 case without the crown, and with the crown, the case comes to about 37 The lug to lug on this watch is about 41 So it's a fairly small watch. This is meant for small wrists. This is in line with how HMT watches were generally made as per the yesteryears. Um, we look at variations in terms of jantas, the HMT pilots, the HMT Kohinoors. These are the standard dimensions of 35 to 37 case, and a lug to lug of about 43 to 44 is what we generally have. So this comes with a bracelet that is sort of has a vintage vibe to it. It does not have any micro adjusts. It just has some adjustments on its clasp where you can adjust it and wear it. So that's about it. Any links? There's no concept of links or anything like that. Overall, when you close the watch and when you have it, it looks like an integrated bracelet. So coming to what I really like about this watch, right? Um, so this size of 35 and a lug to lug of 42 is perfect for small wrists. The overall structure of this sort of mimics the PRX 35 quads or automatic variants that they have. The bracelet, of course, is not integrated. It's attached with the spring bar, and you can, of course, remove it and change it with straps. But it's got a nice vintage feel to it, and it really goes well with this particular case. Um, Overall, the size is good. The colorways are good. I'm not so sure about how I feel about the quartz movement because HMT for me has always been about mechanicals and automatics, but this is a fresh take on a masterpiece that HMT Tariq was in HMT's heydays. So I don't mind having a quartz watch with me. The next thing I like about this is, of course, the dial colors. The way the project was envisioned and the way the kind of colors that were given, HMT has got them spot on. The mint dial is sort of on the blue side. It's sort of on the green side. So it is not Tiffany. It is not aqua. But it's right on. You can call it mint. You can call it probably lighter babyish green or something like that. I don't know what to call this colorway, but this looks spectacular. I mean, if you are into pastel colors, if you really like how those look like, you are going to enjoy this particular piece. Um, the sunburst blue here is more of mainstream ways to look at a watch dial, which is like a sunburst. It's got a nice effect on it, and the petrol blue is very nicely rendered by HMT. So one interesting thing that I saw here is that this watch has loom dots at the minute markers, and um, for the sunburst blue dial, the minute markers are outlined with a white color, which matches the minute track color here on the sunburst blue, which is white in color. And similarly for the mid dial, the loom dots are outlined with black, which matches the minute track on this particular watch, which is black in color. So this kind of attention to detail is given. It's people like you and I who are enthusiasts will look at it and probably appreciate this more. The way it is printed, the way Tariq is printed, the way HQ logo is printed, it doesn't take away from the overall dial. The print size is perfect. It doesn't then diminish the size of the dial in itself. That said, there are then certain points in terms of where the watch fails. Mind you now that the price of this watch is around 2200 rupees, and you should expect what you pay for, right? That means that there are going to be certain shortcomings that you would find in watches of this sort of a price range. That applies through, brands across. So for example, to start off with, the case here is brass, right? It's chrome plated, it's brass. So if you make this watch as your daily wear, um, the coating here, the chrome coating, is definitely going to come off, and when it does, this is going to look completely shoddy. It will look as if it's a 10-year-old watch where it's probably been about a year or so. Strangely, the bracelet here is stainless steel. I mean, um, as a project to keep the cost down, I understand where they're going from. I understand how the brand is thinking in terms of their quads lineup, but when you're doing a limited edition 1000 watch is kind of a project, and it's honestly the brand's responsibility to come up with these things and suggest stainless steel cases, and of course the prices shoot up, but by how much? You'll have to look at the delta, but I don't think they do that, right? And then you have these smaller aspects which a brand like HMT, which has a certain heritage going on in India, they have to look at it. For example, this particular piece that I am holding right now, this is the petrol blue sunburst version. When I'm trying to pop the crown out, right, there is a movement on the dial. The dial moves with it. This is just a lack of quality control from HMT's side. If I look at the crystals from an angle here, there are a lot of scratches that are already visible. This is of course acrylic. This is plastic, and you can apply polywash and things like that. A toothpaste might also work, but my question here is, why should there be a need for a new watch to have issues like these? There should not be. I'm sure HMT will have its own warranties, the way it works, and I've heard really good things about how they take care of customer service when it comes to warranty. But other than that, if your watch is properly functioning, there is no way that you can return it if you don't like it. Smaller things, I'm sure I'm nitpicking, but for example, the bracelet here on both of them are of different sizes. On the Mint, you have a bracelet which is properly lined up with the case, right? But on the Sunburst, you have the bracelet is sticking out, and I am not sure what to do with it. And it is not that it's sticking out from one end and I just push it inside. That's not how it is. It sticks out. The fit of this entire bracelet is different for these two different watches. So Sunburst adjusted at that exact point as same as the mid dial, right? This is loose versus the other, and these small things are something that, as a watch enthusiast, I do bother about them. I do care about them, and they bother me. They have to be properly done. Um, Overall, as a review, I really like this watch. This is going to be something that stays in my box for some time, for sure. um, how would I use it? Whether this forms a part of the HMT collection that I have? Probably not, since it's a quartz, but this is where the brand wants to go from here on. They want to go towards the automatic, they want to go towards the quartz. And if they're able to make watches like these, which have a presence of a DNA presence of their yesteryears, then I'm sure there is only the only way is upwards. But uh, as a new collector, someone who is new to HMT, I also will consider myself as new to HMT, where I've been collecting HMT for about 4 years now. As a new collector, if you are looking at HMT watches and this is something that entices you, go for it. When will this be launched officially for everybody? I have no idea, but with all HMT limited edition watches, they will come up on the website with these colors, with different colors. I'm not sure, but they are going to be a part of this. If you like what you see on this channel as a part of the review, if you want more honest reviews on watches that I own, if you have any suggestions in terms of what watch reviews I should do, please mention in the comments. Please like and please subscribe. Does help a lot. Does help a lot. Thanks so much.